Love you too.
Proud of you. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the groom has not seen the bride yet. So we have him facing the wrong way. So we all get to see him, and he gets to see his bride. So ladies and gentlemen, please rise for our bride.
Walking?
What an adventure the two of you guys together. It's awesome, dude. Stop there. Just what? The photographers want this. You good, Marianne? Come on, a little kiss on.
She could have made a better choice.
Kiss your mother along.
I love you.
Love you too.
I'm trusting that you both love each other a lot.
Thank you.
Everybody's crying. Everybody's crying.
Makeup all over you.
So please be seated, everyone. We're going to let the bride and groom settle in. It's going to take another couple minutes for the dress to get here. Holy cow.
Left me, please.
Marianne, I don't think we're down the middle. Tell me. The bride needs to step back. Baby, step back. Good, right there. Welcome, everyone. Happy wedding day. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Now, some couples get so nervous, especially since, we did play a little trick on him. We wanted all to see him for the first time. How beautiful. Yeah, totally. Some couples get so nervous they don't remember their ceremony happening, so I want you to take a big deep breath. And then you need to turn and get a round of applause for how beautiful you look on your wedding day. Show everybody your dress. Put it around your dress. So this is Melissa and Remy, and Mary Ann, and Elizabeth and Raoul. They are our professionals, okay? So just I wanted to introduce you to them so that you don't jump in front of them. But those of you who have, I saw a few cameras, discreetly, if you want to take some pictures. But what Mary Ann will tell you is that you need to take them as, early during the wedding, because from all the ceremonies we've done, what we've noticed is as soon as the bride and groom say "I do," their hair turns gray. So they'll never look as young as they look right now. But here you are. Welcome home to New Jersey from California.
Yeah.
This is the only way to do it, right? How beautiful to bring all these people here who love you. Back from your adventure. I love your adventure. It's wonderful. The two of you have a beautiful love story. Do you know that they met when they were 16?
He was 18.
He was 18, but you were 16.
Older man.
Yeah, and you had a co-conspirator, Mom. Mom would drive you because you couldn't drive yet. But very few couples meet that young. and don't lose each other along the way. Because we grow at different rates, you know? There's that great Bruce Springsteen song, you know, if I should fall behind, wait for me, you know? But the two of you did it, you know, hung in there, and got deeper and deeper and deeper, and fell in love. It's beautiful. It's a real reflection on who the two of you are, you know, that you held on to each other, and that one of you grew a little bit faster than the other one was willing to hang in there. So, congratulations. I found something recently, and I love it, and I hope you love it too. I'm going to read it to you. Listen to this. I will love you forever, whatever happens, till I die and after I die, and when I find my way out of the land of the dead, I'll drift about forever, all my atoms, until I find you again. I'll be looking for you every moment, every single moment. And when we do find each other again, we'll cling together so tight that nothing and no one will ever tear us apart. Every atom of me and every atom of you. We'll live in birds and flowers and dragonflies and pine trees, and in clouds and in those little specks of light you see floating in sunbeams. And when they use our atoms to make new lives, they won't be able to take just one. They'll have to take two. One of you and one of me. There you go. For the two of you who have gone all in together in every conceivable way. You know, to delight each other so much. For each one of you to think that you're the lucky one. That's the way it should be done. You know? But I know that couples go their whole lives and never find the tranquility that the two of you have found in each other. You know, this peace and this certainty that you have. It's beautiful. He's a very interesting man. You know? He has so many things that make him curious. You know? He wants to have great adventures, and he wants only you to come with him. You know, he wants to build things, to build a home for your family. You know, maybe a little farm. You know, lots of land. Old junk cars out on the front lawn. You know? It's awesome. And you're marrying a healer. You know? One of the great things that we learned about from COVID was what all the frontline people do for us. What all the healers do for us. How much they sacrifice. And how much they make themselves second in the world. To tell a family who's more frightened than they've ever been, don't you worry. I'm going to take care of this patient. And we're going to make them better. It's a beautiful way to spend a life. And it's a difficult way to spend a life because you have to give so much of yourself to others. But it's wonderful. And I congratulate the two of you and your parents for having raised you. You've become the beautiful people that you are so that you recognized talent when you saw it. Now, one adventure down, many, many, many more to come. I congratulate you. All cultures around the world, regardless of faith, have the wonderful tradition of starting a celebration by first giving thanks. So let's bow our heads for Stanley and Sarah, for their families and friends. May God's love keep you safe. May you continue to grow as a couple. May you have strength against adversity and you give strength to others by your love. May you continue to build a family and a life of goodness and patience. And may you look back on today as a day full of love and laughter and hope. May God's blessing shine down upon you today and every day of your lives together. We ask this in the name of the Lord. Amen. So, Stan and Sarah would like to do a little unity ceremony, symbolizing not just the coming together of two lives, but of two sets of friends and two families. So, I'm going to step out of the way. Matt, I should have talked to you about this, maybe a little instrumental music. You'll notice on the table, there is two different color sand. So if the two of you can get as close as you can to the table, and then turn around and try to get as good pictures as you can. And two different color sands are going to go into this beautiful bottle in the middle that they're going to have a keepsake from the wedding. And of course the symbolism is, once these two different colors are put together, nothing can ever separate them. And may you always have a life full of laughter and happiness together. So if you take turns pouring it in, I should have told you before that there is a bit of strategy involved, because whoever pours last is in charge.
You go.
So play well. So when you go visit them on the farm, you'll see this up on the mantle. And as they're doing this, if you can all promise that you'll support them, should they ever need you, just remembering that support usually means just leaving them the hell alone. How's it turning?
There's a lot in here.
pause for a picture. Marion will tell you what she has, what she needs. Good. Thanks. In the middle. Just leave a little room for me. There you go. I love the reading that you've chosen. You can hold hands, you'll feel better if you do. Take into account that great love and great achievements involve great risk, and that a loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation for your life. Be gentle with the earth, be gentle with one another. When disagreements come, always remember to protect the spirit of your union. And when you realize that you've made a mistake, take immediate steps to correct it. Remember that the best relationship is one in which your love for each other exceeds your need for each other. So love yourselves, love one another, and love all that is your life together. And then all else will follow. Wise words from the Dalai Lama. So you're in for a treat, everyone, because the bride and groom have written their own wedding vows today. Yeah, they're lovely. I've seen them. But before you get married, New Jersey asked me to give you some advice. I don't think the two of you need it, because you're doing difficult things, and that's a good thing. But I'll try. And if you like my advice, you can hold on to it. And if you don't like my advice, just ignore me and remember your vows to each other. So I think when we met, I told you that I have 3 daughters.
Yep.
And I officiated all their weddings. But years before, when my little girls became teenagers, I thought the most important thing was a peaceful house. I wanted to end my childhood relationship with them and start my adult relationship with them, which, as your parents will tell you, is extraordinary. So when they were teenagers and they did something wrong, I didn't tell them, because I didn't want to start a fight. But I realized over time that wasn't the right thing to do. Because if someone does something to hurt us, even if we pretend it doesn't hurt, the pain, it stays in our hearts. And for a couple, over time, that pain can build up and build up and build up and damage you. So Sarah, on your wedding day, here's my advice for you. In your mind, you have to build a little shelf with Stanley's name on it. And you have to promise him that every day you're going to check the shelf to make sure it's clean, to make sure there's nothing up there that you two need to talk about. And you have to build a shelf in your mind with your wife's name on it. And although I've never been to the apartment with all the cats, I suspect she runs a pretty tight ship. It is not her job to clean your shelf, because she can't see it. You're the only one who knows if something has come between you. The opposite of love isn't hate like we think. The opposite of love is indifference, when we give up on each other, when we lose hope. And nobody knows why some couples last and some don't. But one reason can be is that we've let so many things build up on our shelf that we're never arguing about today's fight. We're always arguing about all the fights from the past that we should have fixed when they happened. But we thought, it's okay, I won't say anything. But they keep coming up over and over. And if we're not careful, our shelves can get so full that we can't clean them anymore. Because everything's old and in the back, and we don't remember the fights, but all the pain's in our hearts because we never took care of it. And sometimes couples wake up and say, oh no, we waited too long, we can't fix it now. And they become hopeless, and they slowly start to fade away from each other. But if you can keep your shelves clean, 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 then every time when you look at each other, it'll be like it was in the old Firebird way back when. When you were just starting out, when you thought, oh no, he's not my boyfriend anymore, he's the one. And when you thought, and I know what happened early, this is the woman I want to spend the rest of my life with. If you can keep your shelves clean, you can be happy forever and ever. Okay? All right. You ready? Yeah. You're still single, you can run. So, did you want to say your vows first?
I think I can do mine first.
Do you want to do
Yeah,
yours
I
first?
think I would cry too much after it. Oh my God. Okay. I never would have thought that a simple message of hey could have changed my life forever, but here we are. Even though we didn't have a conventional way of meeting, I'm so lucky that we did. We learned to love each other and grew into the adults we are today. I'm so happy to be marrying you because I couldn't imagine my life without you, and I don't want to. I know our marriage will last our lifetimes, bring lots of laughs and jokes and new life into this world. You've always picked me up when I'm at my worst and encouraged me to keep going. And I cannot wait to spend the rest of my life with you and to see you become a father and to raise our family. I admire your patience and ability to stay calm, even when we're running late to the airport. I love your smile and your laugh, and I love that you have never raised your voice to me, and I always feel at home when I'm with you. We survived some high school, college, new careers, and moving across the country together. I'm extremely proud that we made it through it all and still love each other more than ever. I know that our future will bring new challenges, but I have no doubt that with you by my side, we can do anything. I promise to watch TV shows with you no matter how much I complain. I promise to love you forever, always be faithful, and to communicate my feelings. I love you, Stanley, and I'm proud to be your wife.
Oh, how about a round of applause for the bride and groom? That was awesome. Awesome. Your sister's a mess.
That's okay.
It's okay. She can be. She's enjoying this tremendously. The groom.
To be honest, when we first met each other, I wasn't looking for the person that I was going to spend the rest of my life with, but what I found was so much more. I found a beautiful girl who had a plan to tackle life and the kind of determination that made you sure that she was going to succeed. Neither of our plans went as smoothly as we hoped, and although we had a few trips here and there, we always found our way back to each other. We always knew how to lean on each other and how to give each other strength. The girl I met nearly 10 years ago has become one of the strongest and most beautiful women I know, and I'm honored to be here. The cliche that I couldn't imagine my life without you is more true today than it ever has been, and I can't wait to continue walking through life with you. Though life is sometimes harsh, I know that at the end of each and every bad day, you're there to hug and squeeze me until I feel like I'm about to pop. I swear to continue always being your rock, to give you strength and to give you support. I swear to always love you and to continue looking forward to wherever life brings us, even if it's always in the slow lane.
We should clap for the groom, everybody. That was beautiful. You did so well. That was really beautiful. Nick, do we have a ring for the bride? Good. So just turn towards Marianne, because this is not about you, it's about your photos, okay? And as you place the ring on her finger, say to her, with this ring,
With this ring,
I marry you,
I marry you
with all that I have,
with all that I have
and all that I am.
and all that I am.
Good. Amanda, a ring for your brother-in-law. To be so happy. With this ring,
With this ring,
I marry you,
I marry you
with all that I have,
with all that I have
and all that I am.
and all that I am.
So, it's not easy for two smart people to be married to each other, because your standards are very high. You don't want to live, a middling life. You want it to be extraordinary. And that's a difficult way to live. But it's really the only way to live. Because when we do hard things, we learn so much about ourselves. And we get better and better and better. And we teach our children, that it's all about excellence. I don't think your education's over yet. He's been so supportive. I know you have dreams, midwifery, maybe something in the future, beautiful. And I think, he has so many things that interest him that every 5 years you're going to be married to a slightly different person, because he keeps changing and he's so interesting. And I think he's figured out what most people don't figure out for decades, that it might all be about kindness. He's just sweet and kind and good. And she's lovely, and she does difficult things, I think every time that she came to the fork in the road, where going difficult was one way and taking the easy way was the other, you took the hard way every time. And it's made you into the beautiful person that you are. So I congratulate you both on all this happiness and all this joy, and on the fact that we'll be able to keep track of you and see exactly where your star lands, because it's going to be beautiful. Congrats to you both. This is a lovely poem. After this, you'll be married. I'll stop talking for once. I love this. May you delight one another each and every day. May your trust in each other continue to grow so that you never feel alone. May you explore the wonders of the world together, taking on new challenges, and may you have friends in all the corners of the earth. May your marriage be the sweet envy of others, yet may you be humbled by its delicacy. And may you build a life and a family that touches the hearts of many, and that each day makes you smile with contentment. And by the power vested in me, by the great state of New Jersey, I now so happily pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride.
Wrapped around me late at night. Pillow talk by candlelight. Gonna slow this down and make it last. The best things fly by so